Hello and welcome to Truth Seeker Psychic Readings, reminding you of who you really are. This week we're going to look at the week starting the 15th all the way through to the 21st. And if it's your first time on the channel, please subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss a reading again. Now let's have a look at what we have for the week. Seven of Cups is our theme for the week. Now, Seven of Cups has come in reverse as well. Now, what this talks to us about is the imagination that we have and the thinking mind, yeah? So we all know that we can get carried away with thoughts, with imagination, with thinking, with overthinking. And what Seven of Cups illustrates for you is somebody who has seven cups in front of them, i.e. they have different ideas, different opinions, different thoughts. But they are struggling. They are struggling to create an outcome, to make a decision, to be happy with their thinking and what they have contrived. Okay, so essentially the theme is saying this week that we need to stop thinking so much, okay? Maybe write it down. You know, sometimes writing down can be an effective tool to just process things, because let's just say, for example, we have 10 things to do today. Now, obviously we're not going to get it all done, right? It's probably a good idea to minimize that to maybe 2 or 3 things, especially if they're time consuming. But just getting a notepad and writing down your thoughts and saying, and then maybe prioritizing them and numbering them 1 to 10 can help get it out of the head and help you work through it so that it's no longer something that is stressing you out, or it's becoming overly difficult for your mind to comprehend, right? So getting it on paper is always useful, but essentially, aside from this, it's saying the mind can only take you so far, right? It's analyzing, it's thinking, the mind thinks, but the heart knows, okay? So you need to trust more what you feel, okay? Whatever it is that you're feeling, trust that over what you're thinking, okay? That will help you make better decisions, but essentially writing it down can be another great way to work through it. If you have a busy mind this week, take some time to yourself to just relax. There's actually an exercise that I came across this week that I feel works really well. And what it is just stopping, closing your eyes, putting your hand on your heart, and just breathing. Take a deep breath in and just breathe. Hand on your heart for 60 to 90 seconds. Do that once a day this week and see what effect it has on you. What it essentially does is it helps create a coherent heartbeat, okay? When we have a coherent heartbeat, our mind works more efficiently, our emotions feel a lot more stable, we start to understand ourselves better and what we're doing, and it creates a mind-heart connection, which in turn allows your intuition to work at the same time. So you're thinking and you're feeling. Essentially, that's what we need to do, okay? Because we are 4-part beings. We are the mental body, we're the physical body, we're the spiritual body, and the emotional body, okay? So we need to be able to be balanced throughout the 4 bodies. And this week we're focusing on the mental body, okay? Getting that clean and clear so that decisions are much easier. Now, what comes up next is the 6 of Swords. Now, what this tells us is that there may be during the week some feelings and emotions that are buried from the past. These are things that we all carry, okay? Subconscious feelings, subconscious emotions from the past that burden us, okay? So you might want to do a bit of journaling just to realize what that is for you, but there is going to be something in your life that you're still carrying from the past that just needs to go, just needs to be let go of. If you carry it, it slows down your boat, it stops you, it puts you in a state of unhappiness, and it stops you from achieving a sense of fulfillment in relationship, in any relationship. So empty your boat, get rid of the emotions and flow. Okay, so that's one thing we need to do. The next thing is the Fool in reverse. Now, the Fool is somebody who generally is carefree, but it's in reverse. So it's saying you need to make sure that you're allowing yourself time to let go, to feel free of your stresses, of your concerns. Do something fun, You know, the fool is never taking life too seriously. They are doing fun things. They are having a ball. They're enjoying themselves. They're just going with the flow. You know, you could call them a free spirit, right? And that's the sort of energy we need to come across and take through the week. Being fun, being light, being adventurous, having a sense of spontaneity. That's going to carry us through really nicely. And it, you know what else it does? It gets you out of the head, stops you thinking, stops you worrying, and it gets all those emotions out because you are just living in the moment. You are enjoying yourself. You're feeling free. Okay. Now, doing all of these things can lead to what? A learning. The Page of Swords is somebody who is intellectually learning. So if we take the Seven of Cups in reverse as our theme for the week, which it is, the Page of Swords is saying that we have learned to start to control the mind and start to understand what it means to be out of the mind. Okay, so whether it's meditation, whether it's moving the body physically, whether it's journaling, whether it's hand to heart practices such as what I mentioned earlier, all of that stuff is helping us understand ourselves better. We are growing, we are learning. Be the student, okay? The master has nothing left to learn, but the student is always learning and always open. So be the student this week and take on as much information as you can. Perhaps stop and observe. Maybe you want to read some books. Maybe you want to do a bit of research. Find a mentor. Find somebody that you look up to, someone you aspire to be like. By doing that, that's going to help you grow. It's going to help lift your spirits, and it's going to help you understand yourself better. Now, right at the end of the reading here, we have the High Priestess in reverse. Now, the High Priestess is the intuitive. She is the psychic. She is the one that's connected to spirit and something greater than herself. Okay, so this is telling you this week that you have the ability to tune in and you have the ability to become more spiritual. So this is developing your spiritual body. Okay, now, like I said earlier, it could be meditation. You could be having dreams, really significant dreams this week. Now, dreams are subconscious keys to your week, to your day, to your month ahead. So whatever your dreams are, especially if they're recurring, maybe write them down, look them up, and just find out what they mean for you, because it could be more than meets the eye. All right. Some dreams are strange and they're very symbolic, so understanding them better is going to help you through. Now, becoming more spiritual doesn't mean that you have to be a monk and that you have to give up everything in life and just renounce all material things. You know, we're here for an experience. We're here for whatever experience we feel to have, okay? But essentially we're here to grow and we're here to evolve, and becoming more spiritual is part of that. And so naturally, I believe that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And so being more connected to the planets, being more connected to the earth, being more connected to things outside of yourself are going to help you become more and more spiritual. Okay, so do whatever feels good for you. Some people like to go and stare at the clouds and just breathe. Some people like to meditate. Some people like to hike. Some people like to weight lift. You know, there's heaps of different types of meditation and heaps of different types to be spiritual, but types of ways to be spiritual, but just do what works for you. Now, during this week, guys, I think the message is really, really clear, and it's basically take some time to get out of the busy mind and get into the body. Trust more what you're feeling. You know, use that list I mentioned to you earlier to make things easier. Take a step-by-step approach. You know, anxiety and stress is created in the mind, and it's where we jump too far ahead and we think, oh, I need to be here or I need to be there. And if I'm not there now or next week or next month, I've failed. That's the sort of self-criticism that stops us and slows us down. It wears down our energy and it brings us into a state of unhappiness, yeah? So be more in the moment. And if you need a reminder, there's a great book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. Even if you haven't read it lately, I've read it 4 or 5 times. Read it again and again, because it's a great reminder to be present, to be here now, to know where the happiness is and to remember what's best for you. Yeah. So have an amazing week, guys. If you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you never miss another reading again. Also, if you can share this video with your friends, whoever they are, I would greatly appreciate that. And drop a comment for me in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Have an amazing week. I'll see you in the next video.